Hey, everybody, and welcome to the seventh rule. This is the round table. We've got a lot of our awesome and glorious patrons. We've got Melissa Longo, we've got Chelsea Rind, Rosie Bayless, Ensign Ricky, Commander Frizzell, Justin Griggs, Rex A. Wood, Yvette Blackman, and Bill Erickson out in the great state of Montana. As usual, we've got the superstars Sirach Lofton. My name's Ryan T. Husk. We're just talking, having some fun. Real quick, we do have an announcement. Sirach and I were, about a week or two ago, we decided that we're going to take like a quick, not really a break, but kind of a hiatus to do a little bit more basketball stuff. We're going to do like some cool, basketball kind of talk. It was Sirach's idea, and I thought it was pretty cool. You want to tell them?
Yeah, I want to tell you all about it. Never happened, ladies and gentlemen. That's it in a nutshell.
They were so unsupportive. They were all
not doing it. We're not doing it
on this episode of What Happens in the Holodeck.
So that was an April Fool's joke, because I feel like it'll probably be April 1st by the time we post this episode.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Now the other cool announcement.
Like we're going Trek all together. We're just going to start a basketball.
Cool. This is a real announcement, though, is that since Picard's going to be ending soon, and so that's kind of our second show that we're doing. After Picard, we're going to keep going on the second show, and we're going to be doing reviews of Voyager now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, to start.
That is actually true.
That is actually
true, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I just finished watching it all again from the beginning.
Yeah.
I've seen them all, and Voyager's not that bad. So,
that bad?
No, it's not that bad.
Campy. It's got a lot of camp in it.
Yeah, I don't know. DS9's still my favorite, but
the one where they turn into lizard people.
You guys notice how relieved Sirach looked when you said it's not that bad? He's like, it's not that bad. Okay.
It's great.
We have, there are episodes like Threshold. Brandon.
No spoilers. Sirach hasn't seen it yet. Sirach, do you want to tell him about kind of your initial thoughts before we jump into those reviews?
The initial thoughts, yeah. So when we were doing DS9, when we first started, we got the leftover trailers from Next Generation. So they said, okay, DS9 is here. Let's give them the Next Generation old trailers, and the Next Generation will get brand new trailers. So that was our introduction. And so time went on, and Voyager came along. And the only right thing to do would be to pass on our trailers and then us get new trailers. This just as a matter of my own logic. However, when Voyager arrived,
get out of here.
They came and got brand new trailers. And we were stuck with old trailers. So there's been a long-standing little subtextual beef between DS9 and Voyager. Because they got treated like the brand new kid on the block, and we were like middle stepchild.
Well,
and they got the chicken wings.
And it hasn't changed.
That must be why you stole their chicken wings.
And
they got the chicken
went
wings.
after those wings.
Wait, you stole their makeup? I want to hear this.
It's a long story, but essentially we have a beef with Voyager, a silent war going. It's like a Cold War between Voyager and DS9.
Sirach,
basically starting around how well they got
treated. Do you think it's going to make you
They're still being treated
kind of review them a little bit more harshly?
No, I think the public did a good enough job of that. So I'm just going to watch it. Right? I'm going to watch it.
You gotta be objective.
The first two seasons are horrible.
We still got great actors.
Is it?
You're going to love it.
No.
When does it get good? The third season? How much time do I have?
When 7 and 9 comes on, that's when it's good.
7 and 9.
That's when it started getting
That's when it gets good.
So that's where we should start, Ryan.
Season 4.
I agree.
You got
Start
it.
there.
We're going to start with season 3, Caretaker 1 and 2.
Exactly.
Hey,
If I have to watch it, you have to watch it.
Yeah, 7 and 9
gotta
comes
start
in.
with initiations.
Yeah, 7 and 9 comes in with Scorpion.
Yeah, what he says. Gotta start with it.
Also,
gotta
hello to
start-
John Tufarella, who's joining us a little late. What's up, John and Kendor?
John.
Hey, John.
What's happening?
Oh, as little as we can get away with.
People.
So before we get into the questions for everybody, one final little thing for discussion. If you're going to do, we are going to do these Voyager reviews, I wanted to know when you guys think we should release those. I was thinking either Wednesday or Thursday. I wanted to be like the day that they were aired back in the day, but then when I looked it up, it kind of changed from Wednesday to Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Wednesdays.
scheduling got changed.
So what do you guys think is a better evening for it, Wednesdays or Thursdays? Any opinions on that?
Well, I'm at work either day, so I'll just be listening in my job. So I mean, it's fine for me. What other day?
I'm
you do
open
it.
for either day.
Stagger.
I think
I don't
Wednesday.
think it
Well,
matters.
just it's going to take over the Picard slot, so might as well leave it on the same slot.
Wait,
That makes
like
sense.
Good
ending
idea.
real or just the end of season 1?
Just the end of season
End of
1, the
season
next week.
one.
Oh, okay, you guys scared me. You said ending. You didn't say like season finale, so I was.
Oh yeah.
And then even the reception of
Yeah,
Picard.
it's just the
They're doing
season
at least
finale.
3 seasons.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, I enjoy Picard, but I mean, there's a lot of people who don't. I mean, it is like, oh man.
Like
Oh, I
yeah,
have
Really?
issues, but I enjoy it.
but I like it.
I
I
enjoy
mean, I'd
it.
expect
It's
it to
good.
be like the one all end all.
Killing off every character that we ever loved just to further drama.
I didn't love them all. What?
Me neither.
I
Which
like-
one, which
I
one
like
are you
Picard.
talking about, Chelsea?
Rock, you should be
Wait, am
happy
I
to
am I allowed
Picard,
to
they
say
would have killed you off.
been up to date?
They
Look,
would
I'm
have
sad
killed
that,
you off.
Poor
look,
Jake. They
that-
did Jake.
Way to do it.
sad they killed off Hugh because I actually think he was
Mhm.
kind of a wasted
Oh,
character.
okay. That's who you
Yeah, no, that one.
Maybe
I
they'll
think the
find a
most
way to
wasted
miraculously
character is-
bring him back.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
I mean, I think
I
the
mean-
most wasted character in the show is probably Narek. And I think they just kind of crapped all over him the whole thing so far.
Narrowed.
Narrowed.
Hello,
Narek,
Nero.
Narek is the Romulan, the Romulan who fell in love with Soji.
Homer and Rex, any thoughts, Bill, on Wednesday or Thursday? Which day feels more iconically Voyager?
Pass.
Thursday.
There
Every
was
day.
something iconic about Voyager? Ooh, you know?
Oh.
He's like,
February 29th.
February 30th.
Once every 4 years, a new episode.
What's that?
That's iconic right there.
Kind of with everybody else, Thursday or Friday, you know. I think Thursday's okay. I think Thursday would work.
So now are you guys starting with
Okay.
Caretaker and then going on from there, basically, or?
So just start kind of like what we did with Deep Space Nine.
Oh, nice.
Sirach was saying it would be fun too to be able to kind of compare it to Deep Space Nine, you know, because with Deep Space Nine, you know, he knows all about that, but he never really had the frame of reference of watching other series from like the 80s and 90s to kind of compare between.
Well, I mean, they're all great actors. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the
Fun
stories
time.
might not have been as solid as Deep Space Nine, but they're all phenomenal actors, every one of them. So, I mean, the
Yeah.
cast is
Yeah.
great. I mean, I love it. I mean, a lot of people do throw that super hate against Voyager, but in light of like watching Discovery and other stuff like that, it comes to make me appreciate
Whoa.
Voyager.
low
more.
Don't
blow.
listen to
Okay,
Sirach.
stand
Don't
down,
listen-
Ensign.
Don't listen to
That's a
him.
low blow.
Stand down. Settle down. Settle down.
All right. So here's the question that Melissa wants to bring to the table. Go ahead, Melissa.
Oh, I started this thread online
Uh-oh.
where you name a movie title and replace one word with toilet paper. So like Nightmare on Toilet Paper Street.
What do you think about doing it with Star Trek episode titles?
Oh,
I know.
That's even better.
I think this group
like
can
it.
handle this.
Mhm.
What do you think? Sounds good?
I'll start.
All right.
Far beyond the toilet paper.
Gross.
There it is.
Oh my
Very
lord!
good.
I got
All right.
one.
Go ahead.
Instead of Data's Day, Data's toilet paper.
Yesterday's toilet paper.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, paper, toilet paper.
Toilet paper me.
We got one that's the trouble with toilet paper.
Okay. Okay.
Like that one.
That's a good one, Rex.
That's a good
That's
That
good.
covers 2 episodes. Covers a short
Balance of
as
toilet
well.
paper instead of balance of terror.
There you go.
it's only a toilet paper moon.
I said that.
Did you say that, Rosie?
No, I said balance of toilet paper.
Okay.
Balance of toilet paper.
Toilet
The
paper.
last one was
The
Melissa.
sacrifice of toilet paper.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
The sacrifice of toilet paper.
Right.
Toilet paper.
The best
What
of toilet paper, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
The best of both toilet papers.
Through the toilet
Conquer-
paper
and conquer
darkly.
with toilet paper.
The best of
Instead
both
of
roles.
What was that, Bill? What did Bill say?
Toilet paper.
Through the toilet paper darkly.
Yeah,
Gross.
there you go.
Ew.
Instead of
No, I thought of that one a little too far.
toilet paper less.
Ah.
And a toilet roll.
Toilet paper.
Sorry.
Oh, is that Q less?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Toilet
That's what the
paper.
world is right now. Toilet paperless.
Yeah.
So,
Battle only
what
the
about
toilet
you,
paper.
Homer? We haven't heard yours yet.
Yeah. So I like the trouble with toilet paper, but that's gone. So now I'm going the conscience of the toilet paper.
Okay.
Context is for toilet paper.
Poignant. What
From
about
the
you?
conscience of
Yeah.
conscience of the king.
There you go.
Mm.
Toilet paper and loss.
Yvette? What?
Oh, profit and
Profit
loss.
loss.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or profit and lace, I'm sorry.
Profit lace.
Yeah. Profit and lace.
I think both.
There were both. You're right.
Maybe
Profit
there
and toilet
was.
paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be right.
I forgot which one I even was trying to reference.
Oh,
Okay.
Chelsea Rind, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, I'm a little buzzed, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We saw the wine bottle.
Yeah,
You
most
don't
of
I
even
wasn't
put it
gonna
in the
say
glass,
anything.
Chelsea, but Chelsea's like straight
Look
from
at
the
her.
bottle.
I wasn't going to
look
say
at that.
anything.
Did you have the
The
whole
next part about not going to work the next day.
She's like, I don't need a glass.
I don't have a job, okay?
Oh.
I don't have a fucking job.
Who needs a glass? Just drink right out of the bottle.
Straight out the
A
bottle.
bottle and a straw. What about you, Mr. John Tufarella?
Yeah.
Do we get a pass on using the movie titles instead of episode titles?
You could do the movie test. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
First contact, toilet paper.
Okay.
What was that
Toilet
one?
paper contact.
Ouch.
Yes.
Toilet paper, toilet paper, imperfect.
Yeah.
could be
Speaking of
soft.
contact paper, ouch.
Yeah. The wrath of toilet paper was
Yeah,
my
wrath of toilet paper.
guess. Yeah.
That's
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper intruder. Toilet paper intruder.
Toilet paper imperfect.
Is it a real title?
What toilet paper left behind?
Right?
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
Very good.
You got
Jack,
one.
I saw that one.
blow there, Lisa.
You got one up.
Wow.
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 Gotta be some Klingons there.
What's up?
Some Klingons there.
God.
Oh, hang on.
Anyways.
And you have
Sorry, I couldn't
competition.
resist.
Oh,
Man.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you made me
Oh, I
cry.
got a tissue.
That's a good one.
Tissue.
That's a good
Hey,
one.
that
You're right, you got a tissue.
The savage toilet
Ah,
paper. Savage
was good.
toilet paper.
Oh my gosh.
oh man.
Did
Who
we get
knew?
everybody?
Who knew?
Bill,
So this is
did
what
you
you
give
guys
it?
do on
Bill
Sunday
did,
night?
yeah.
Who knew some grown adults would be getting together laughing about toilet paper one day? Oh, who knew?
I did right. Oh,
Of
wait.
course, Ryan. Of course.
That's just a regular day for me.
Anything.
So going down the memory alpha list, I mean, there's a lot of good toilet paper references here. I
Oh,
mean,
goodness.
We'll always have toilet paper. Bin of toilet paper. The arsenal of toilet paper. Too short of toilet paper.
Deep toilet paper.
Yeah, the toilet paper
Deep
among
toilet
us. Yeah, toilet paper among us.
Rex.
There you go. Look at Rex.
That's great.
Where's Rex?
Code of toilet paper.
Oh, there you go. That's the backdrop we were looking for.
There we go. That's a good one.
That is
Elementary, dear toilet paper.
Wow.
So far, not off to a good start.
Aw.
No, not really.
Oh, I haven't laughed this much in the last week.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
Right?
Yeah, that's
bought,
true.
like,
Oh, man, this is some quality podcasting. That's all I got to say.
we bought like literally like one of those 64.
Rosie doesn't agree.
Ah.
Rosie was like, no. Mm-mm.
I'm totally, it's good. I'm laughing. It's all that matters.
Hey,
I'm laughing.
There you
Rosie, speaking of which, Rosie, there's
Yeah.
some rumors floating around that Discovery is going to be delayed until at least May. Do you know? Can you
Yes.
confirm or deny this?
Oh.
I have not heard either way.
Oh, there was just
I
some
will be
articles today.
disappointed
It was
though.
on Instagram that
Wow.
it's going to be delayed.
I will be
delayed.
disappointed.
Yeah, I just saw the post today, so I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I'm sure a lot of shit's getting delayed.
Have they not filmed it already, or what?
No,
What's the
they-
deal?
I thought it was
Probably in
done.
production.
I thought it was in post production.
It's got to be in post-production by now.
Post-production, yeah.
It
Yeah, I
is.
mean, seriously, I mean, because they said they wrapped it, what, 2 months, 3 months ago or some shit?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple months ago.
I don't want all the
So
people
it
at
should be in
work.
post right now.
I'm still waiting for the lower decks more than anything. I mean,
Me too. I'm excited about that.
But
Actually.
they wrapped the whole season, or just the first episode?
no, the whole
Discovery-
season's wrapped. Yeah, the whole
They
season
shot
three
everything.
is done. It's just all post production now, from what I understand.
So they've got 10 episodes in the can right now that are.
I think
Have
Probably
they
more. Is it 10? Or are they going to go with
14.
the
I think 14.
12? Yeah, they usually go for like the 12, 13 mark.
So
Are you still
Picard's
talking
going to go to
about
12
Discovery?
after this.
No, Picard's
no.
10.
Picard's always going to be 10. 10. It's like more like Picard's more like a 10-hour movie.
Mhm.
You know,
Each year. So next season is going to be 10 too.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
it's going to be 10 as well.
At
But a
least
lot of
that's
people are
what they
going with
say.
10. Yeah,
They say it's a 10-hour movie, even though every episode's 40 minutes. But my math isn't so good, but that doesn't sound like 10
yeah,
hours.
42 minutes or whatever you get. But no, I mean,
I'll do math.
yeah, right.
Yes, please.
We got you on Spotlight right now, Melissa, so everybody can see your giant.
Toilet paper.
Oh, with the toilet paper, I love it.
Paper.
Yeah, she's in there.
Parents everywhere.
She's hoarding the toilet paper.
That's who's got it all.
Yes.
I got it
You make a
all.
big profit there.
So I want to
It blows
go.
me- I mean, it blows me away. It's like I bought a 64 thing from Sam's Club like 2 months ago. We're not even a quarter way through it.
Yeah.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
I got
I'm
ten.
like-
If they start hoarding bacon and coffee, I'm gonna be one madman.
No, I mean, if like they took away coffee, it'd be much more different flavors.
They're definitely
Back in
not
the day, they
hoarding
used
pickles.
to use rolled up newspaper, guys. You take the newspaper, soften it up a little by crunching it down.
That does not soften it.
Not
You know,
like to
at
the
least-
extreme, but it's possible.
No.
Just don't flush
hear-
it because you clog the toilet.
Don't listen to
What are
him.
you
He's
going to
wrong.
do with it then?
You
Out
gotta
here
throw
in
it
the
in the
hinterlands of
wastebasket.
Montana, they use catalogs.
Throw it in the
The old
wastebasket.
Sears catalog.
See?
Right.
Thank
Don't
you.
don't let
This
them
is
tell you
the
how to close it.
podcast of how to replace toilet paper.
Which
Yeah.
Hey
means
guys,
Use
real
junk
quick,
mail stuff.
Yeah.
real
You
quick,
use your
that
phone
reminds
book.
me of a fun joke, Sirach. Thanks for the reminder. So
Oh,
there's a, I know. So there's a
That joke.
bear and
happy
a
to
rabbit.
Dad
remind you.
joke.
It's a good one. No, it's a good one. There's a bear and a rabbit in the woods, and the bear's kind of, he's taking a poop. He looks over and he sees the rabbit's taking a poop too. He's like, oh, well, that's cute. We can just kind of poop together. And then the bear kind of looks over at the rabbit. He's like, hey, do you care if you get a little poop on your fur? And the rabbit's like, nah. He's like, cool. He grabs the rabbit, wipes his butt with it.
oh,
I think I remember seeing the picture floating around the internet.
so sad.
Yeah.
There's a picture of it floating around somewhere.
Yeah. Thanks for that visual
Yeah, I was
there,
gonna
Ryan.
send a link of this to my dad,
Everybody should
but
be
I'm not so
laughing at
sure now.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate
My bad.
that.
So let's go around and ask everybody this question.
Oh no,
What
that's
are you
blessed.
most looking forward to? Are you most looking forward to Discovery's next season, Lower Decks next season, the potential Captain Pike, or Section 31? Since Picard's basically in the rearview mirror, what's the upcoming thing you're most looking forward to? We're going to start with our good buddy Bill Erickson out in beautiful Montana that is enjoying some fresh air.
I got to tell you, I don't care which comes first. I just love new Trek every time it comes out. I always make that response that, the first time I saw Star Trek, I was 5 years old, sneaking in the front room, watching behind the parents when it was premiering on TV. And that vision of the future, that's what Trek always brings to me, is each series has a different look, but they all bring a vision of the future, what the future could be like. And Trek has always been hopeful. Picard's a little bit of dystopian Trek as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But, just that view. I love them all.
Hey, Bill,
I really do.
are you able to spin the camera around for a second so we can see your view of what you're enjoying?
I'm looking at my house, and you ain't looking at that.
It just looked like a beautiful sunny day.
Here, I'll show you. I'll take you on a little walk here.
Nice.
I'll show you guys.
Yay.
Yay!
There we go.
I love this barn.
That's the mountains right there.
Beautiful.
No
So
smog.
right
No
up
smog.
that
No
way
smog
is-
over there.
No, that way right there, that's Glacier Park.
Oh, nice.
Down that way is the Swan Quarter. This is the Swan Range of the Rocky Mountains,
Yeah.
and that's my view from the beautiful valley I live in.
Beautiful.
Looks so
So
peaceful.
there you go. How you like
Nice.
that?
Thank you.
Nice.
That was
Thank
awesome.
you.
Awesome.
What about you, Justin Griggs, heading to Tennessee?
Well, I'm already in Tennessee.
That was fast.
I'm just sitting in a hotel room. I'm torn between Discovery and the Pike series. I'm very excited for the Pike series because Anson Mount did an excellent job as Pike.
There
on
is going to be a
Discovery.
Pike series. Is that,
Yeah.
is that what the deal is?
It's
It's not
supposed to
Pike.
be, yeah.
That's
They
not a
haven't
short
officially-
track. That's going to be a full out.
Well, they haven't officially announced it, but
Yeah, okay.
they
But
they've
it's
had their,
heavily rumored.
It's
they're doing
unofficially
more live
official,
action.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they're going
Okay.
to do one more live action. So I mean, I'm assuming everybody's assuming it's.
It's all pointing to be the Pikes about Pike.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll get the Enterprise series with Captain Pike at the helm and with hipster Spock and Rebecca Romaine as It's gonna be pretty
Hipster Spock.
Shiny
Spock.
Oh, there's also the new animated children's Star Trek on Nickelodeon that's upcoming for anybody that's interested.
Does that have a title yet?
No. Although
Astronauts.
it might be
Astronauts.
Prodigy. Or is,
Oh, I thought it was astronauts.
Well, Destiny's been trademarked too. So I mean, Destiny. There's going to be a start, and everybody's assuming Destiny's going to be Pike.
I think that Prodigy is going to be probably the children's animated one. What do you think, John Tuffarella? Do you have a preference or what you're most excited to see?
Oh, Justin and I are on the same page. I am all about Anson coming back and reprising his role as Pike. Ethan Peck, Spock. I think that is the best character that's played Spock. Knocked the movie right out of the water as far as the actor from Heroes. Didn't like him as Spock. I hated that whole portrayal in the
Zachary Quinto
Kelvin universe.
Yeah,
So I'm glad to
I
see
wasn't too crazy about that
an
either.
actual decent actor back in there just nailing that role.
Hey, is that I see Data and Soval behind you? Is that right?
That's a couple of them.
Soval, Data's up there, Harry Kim down there. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
They were all hanging up at the store, but yeah, so we get reset back in the actual normal location. The vast majority of them are here.
Right. Well, what about you, Yvette?
And I've still got totes full of them.
What about you, Yvette? Are you looking forward to anything in particular more than the others?
No. Just as long as it's Star Trek, that's all I care.
Nice. Nice.
There you go.
They're all good.
You and Bill are in agreement then, yeah?
Yeah, just keep them coming, whatever it is, right?
Keep people employed, keep us happy. I'm good.
Right.
What about Rex
Into that.
A. Wood, creator of awesome postcards and Traveler?
I'm waiting for Section 31.
Do you think that Ronald D. Moore and or Ira Stephen Bear would be good writers for Section 31?
Oh yeah. Ira.
Yeah, Ira would be really good for it.
Yeah.
I think Ira would be great. You'd be able to really develop those characters well. I'm looking
Definitely.
forward to something just a little edgy like that. I know that we try to think that Star Trek isn't like that, but I think there are some things that went on with the Federation that that there are things like that happening. I mean, I'm sorry, we can't think that there isn't.
Right.
we always-
You mean the darker side, like a darker side of the.
It's the only way you can get the good side is to have the dark side.
Gotta have a darker side in there somewhere. You know, and we have to know that the Federation went off sometimes and did some things that maybe they shouldn't do, but still do. So these covert things, I think, are going to make really interesting stories.
I
And
do
I'm
too.
Definitely. Definitely.
I'm looking forward to that. And,
Cool.
I can't wait for that.
Commander Homer Frizzell with 2 Z's and 2 L's, by the way.
Thank you, Ryan.
What do you think?
Well, I'll believe the Pike show when it actually happens. I think that one will be interesting to have the captain have to make some decisions instead of Michael Burnham doing some things and him just going along with them. But the one that I'm most looking forward to is Section 31. And because I think Michelle Yeoh is in it, but right now she's way in the future. So it'll be interesting to see how she gets back or how they actually bring her, and I would assume Ash Tyler, together.
Yeah, it's going to be, there's a lot of opportunity there, right? I mean, we pretty much know that they can do almost anything with it. So here's hoping they do something good with it. What about you, Chelsea Rind?
I kind of want to see the Section 31 because I really do want to see that darker side of the Federation that we don't ever get to see. And how maybe it starts and how the hell they get away with so much.
Oh, it's easy.
Do you ever do like the Will Wheaton move where you just like make your hair go crazy and then like post on Instagram? I bet you
I have never heard of that, but I mess with my hair when I like
Have to do it with a coffee cup too.
Yeah, check out Will Wheaton's Instagram. I mean, he does every morning. He wakes up and he like gives his bed head a name, right, Yvette? You've seen it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen
Bed
them.
head.
Wow.
It just gives me
Pretty funny.
something to do in my hands.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing every morning, and it's the same name every time, though.
Different result.
Doesn't change. The name doesn't change.
Invisible.
Yeah, I'm with Ciroc. I got the same problem.
It's called the Telly Savalas.
I have
There it
the
is, brother.
same feature. Not a problem.
Right, you get that Michelin smile on your face.
What about you, Rosie?
Yeah, Rosie.
This is
Can't
Rosie's
complain.
first.
I haven't had enough time to think about it.
By the way, this is Rosie's very first roundtable, so we want
Yes.
to
Welcome her, ladies and
Welcome,
gentlemen.
welcome.
Thank goodness school is out. I can be home and do this. I would say it's a toss-up between the Section 31 and the Pike series. I think the Pike series would force me to go back and watch the original series. I've never watched it all the way through. And
Me neither.
I kind of like to.
Yeah, me neither.
Me neither. I don't
but-
want to.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be
You've never watched the original series all the way through?
No.
No.
Really?
No, I haven't.
7 times.
I really
can't do
don't.
Scattered
Sometimes.
episodes.
I've seen at
It's
least
going to be
10 times.
slow and
No,
painful.
I
and
just
the
can't.
You can't get through
Horrible.
it? Is that what?
It's
what is it
horrible. I cannot get through that
It's
thing.
amazing. I
Oof.
love the original
Wow.
series.
But the Section 31's intriguing. It's the darker side. It's a little intrigue. I think it would be really interesting. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so
Do you have any predictions for it?
me,
Yeah, just anything that you
Bashir
think
has
might
to
happen.
infiltrate them.
Ooh.
Ooh, that would be good.
Cool.
Yeah,
That would be really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of a little bit of a continuation.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. The new lady's showing us up already.
Sorry.
And
You would
Yeah.
not know how many times I've watched all the series all the way through, except for the original.
now watch Rex A. Wood has some bedhead from
Oh,
Will
Oh,
Wheaton
yes.
for us.
Was that this morning? No.
No.
This morning was pretty funny.
Now, what about you, Ensign Ricky? What do you think? What are you most in?
It's not Discovery, I'll tell you that. Well, I mean, I'm kind of interested in season 3 of Discovery just because, I mean, they have their own show now, and but I mean, I was never a huge fan of Discovery. I just don't like a lot of things they did on the show. I guess it would probably stem from Michael Burnham, just her character in general. But as far as the new 3rd generation Trek, probably Pike. Maybe Lower Decks is probably what I'm looking forward to most. But this, generation of Trek is obviously way different than what we're dealing with before. Just because, I mean, it's hard on actors nowadays. I think just make a show good because it's like in past Trek where you had like 30 times or 3 episodes to shoot your shot,
Right.
develop your character. You know what I'm saying? You had a bad episode. Everybody in Trek had a bad episode. Now you have 15 minutes, maybe 10,
We had
15
quite a
minutes
few bad
screen
episodes
time.
back in the day.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
That's
you have 15 minutes to shoot your shot as an actor, to develop your character in a story because everything just feels so rushed. It's like one big episode. You know what I'm saying? As where it's not the beginning, middle, end that we normally had seen.
Right.
Yeah.
However, on the other side of that coin, though, is that they're now shooting one episode every 2 weeks instead of one episode every 1
Oh,
week.
that's good.
At least they're being helped out that
I mean,
way.
I couldn't imagine like even back in the day when they did 26. I mean, that's insane to even think they were shooting every 8 days an episode. You know what I'm saying? Just the schedule is insane.
Who's listening to music all of a sudden?
Yeah, someone's jamming.
I think it's Chelsea.
Chelsea.
No, it's me. Sorry.
No,
Be
Yeah,
nicest.
Yvette's keeping us on our toes
Sorry.
today.
It just
If they
came
do the
on.
Section
G Nice
31
doing
right.
a party and it just came on. Sorry.
Okay. All right. I'm
I'm
gonna start
sorry.
dancing. I heard
It's
of
good,
that.
though. I'm trying to stay on with y'all because it's good.
That was a dance break, you guys.
Dance.
What about you, Melissa?
I think I'm interested in seeing Pike in Section 31, but I'm also interested in seeing what they do with Discovery now that they're not tied by canon, you know. So I think they have a little more creative freedom that they can do.
Have you seen their cool little sneak previews of what they're going to have?
Mm-mm.
There's like these guys with cannons on their arms. There's like a Tellarite. There's a Morn alien. I forgot what
Lorian.
the Morns are.
Yeah,
What
they're
is it?
Lorian. Yeah.
Lorian.
Oh.
Lots
There's a
of cool stuff.
Cardassian, a Lorian, and Andorian, and they're all running. It shows a shot
All
of them
kinds
all
of
running.
Orions.
Yeah.
Huh.
What was this for? The trailer for what?
Discovery.
Discovery.
Oh, the new show's coming out.
Now
Yeah,
here's
the
the big
show,
one, though. Here's the big one. Sirach, what are
don't
you
care.
most looking forward to seeing and reviewing?
Oh, and
Nothing.
reviewing. That's great. Yes. Now, you know what? I'm actually I am looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with the Section 31 project. I'm hoping that eventually that they do get Ron Moore or Ira or somebody, because I want to see them work
Well,
their
I know,
magic again.
Ron is tied up on Outlander, and he's got
Right.
3 more seasons, I think.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, he's contracted for. So
Yeah, but
Outlander
Sirach,
is a good. It's a good series if you guys get a chance to watch it. It's more of like romanticity, like women type. I don't know, but I mean, the concept behind the story is pretty good. And
Bodice Ripper TV.
yeah, he does a great job. I mean, with all the props and the sets of Outlander, it's amazing what they do. I mean, they go back literally, and it is like back at that time.
hey,
What are you laughing about?
I can't tell you. I wish I could, but I can't. No, but what I was going to say was it Rosie that was saying that maybe Sadig will be on Section 31, or it would be
Yeah.
No, I said that would be
Great.
nice.
I'd love
I
to
didn't
see
think.
that.
I know
Yeah.
nothing.
That would
It's
be
a great
awesome.
idea. It's a great
Sure
idea,
you
Rock.
do.
I do not have the inside track at all.
I think Ira's.
That would be really interesting.
Sure.
So, I mean,
I'd
Ira
like
would
to
probably
see
be the
Rock.
best choice.
And I'm actually interested in seeing in the animated series because I want to see what that's going to look like.
Right.
You know, I never watched the original animated series. I've seen clips of it.
Dude,
But-
that song is so
Mhm.
cool. It's so snazzy.
Can you sing it for it? Can you sing it for us,
What
Randy?
song?
I wish.
Randy's like, no.
But I think Ira's
I got-
open at the moment. So I mean, Ira has all the ability to come and actually do this if he wants to. But I don't think he's doing anything currently.
And so I think that's everybody, right? Honestly, I agree with Sirach and Ricky that, like, well, for me, I think I'm most excited or anticipating the Lower Decks series, just because it's something new. I don't think it's going to be anything like the original series, animated series. I think
It's different.
I mean, we saw that Ephraim and Dot, so I think we're going to get an idea of that animation style there, and I think they're going to add a ton of detail to it. You know, put a Tribble here or a Gorn skeleton there, like
Ephraim Dot, what'd you say? What's
yeah,
that?
it was a short trek,
There was a short trek.
animated short trek, and then they also had another one, something about the
Girl
girl.
who's rolled the stars or something. The girl
Yeah.
who turned the stars.
So, and plus, I mean, the guy that did, produced Rick and Morty, that's legit, man. That is some good, sophisticated. That is some good, sophisticated animation and writing.
Yes, good stuff.
Well, I know he's a
Big
fan.
people humor
So, I
all
mean,
over it.
like the fans make the best writers on a show. I mean,
Right.
and he is a fan. He is a 100% fan of Star Trek. So I mean, that's the reason why I am interested in seeing the Lower Decks.
Yeah. Well, I think we covered all of them. We got a couple minutes before we have to run.
Is that Quentin Tarantino project still talked about, or is that like?
It's talked about, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
I think it's about 10% chance, if I had to guess. Anybody have any ideas or thoughts or on that?
Well, I mean, I heard that because half the actors don't even want to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, half the actors are really divided, and some of them want to do it, and some of them don't. And then we
Which
lost.
project are you talking about?
The new Star Trek movie that was supposed to be by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh,
It
okay.
was going to be Star Trek 5 after the current one, the time travel one, and then the time travel one got shelved because Chris Pine. Wait,
Yeah.
not Pine.
Yeah,
Chris.
Chris Pine.
No, you're right.
You're right.
Chris Hemsworth wasn't going to do it. Kirk's dad. And then, so then they were going to maybe do Tarantino as maybe Star Trek 4, but then that's kind of getting pooed on too.
Well, you got to understand, like some of these actors are coming off like things like Endgame too, and for them to go back to do Star Trek, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, a lot of those actors have hit their height with Endgame. I mean, Endgame is the most popular movie in existence. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I mean, they're probably asking for a lot more money now because of that. So I mean, as far as like budgeting and stuff like that, it'd probably be just hard to budget something like that. To be honest with you, it's just there's so many famous actors now. I mean, Zoe and.
You really need that much money?
Yeah, probably.
Like what, to buy 5 more mansions?
Probably.
Any final words from anybody here? Yvette, looks like you've been playing a video game this whole time. What are you doing?
No, I'm texting. Sorry, I have another. I'm sorry.
Multitasking.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my kids home. Still get my kids home from college, so we're just
Oh,
texting.
wow.
They're on the road, so I'm waiting for them to come home.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just other than that, I mean, I'll just stay in touch with you guys.
Yeah,
as far as
please.
Trek Yards and Anti-Tracker, and see if we can get you guys on there. We'd love to have you guys. I'm sure it would do great for the 7th Rule too. As a Trek Yards, it's got, I think, what, 50,000.
Yeah, they're great guys. We love them. They're great.
Yeah, Trek Yards.
Yeah, and they could definitely throw some subscribers your way. So
Cool.
I mean,
Thanks. John, any final words from you out in Candor?
Well, let's go back to the whole potential cameo thing again.
Okay.
I'd like to see Sean show up in the Pike series, as a throwback to his role as Pike.
here's one. Who do you think's going to cameo
John Kenny?
in
Oh,
season?
cool.
Who do you think we're going to get a cameo of next episode?
Picard? I think it's going to be Worf. What do you guys
I
think?
think it's going to be Worf too.
That would be
I think it's
great.
going to be Worf.
It's going to be Worf.
Really think so?
No, it's going to
Geordi.
be
Worf.
It's going to be Geordi.
Geordi and Worf.
Either one, yeah.
Worf
I think
or
it's
Geordi.
both.
Jordy.
I think that's
Yeah,
gonna
they were
be both.
It'd be
both on
nice if
set.
that investigative reporter Sirach showed up there. Jake Sisko
Wouldn't
was
it be great
rolling
if
in.
Picard
I
took
can't
his
say.
ship and
Erickson
docked
did
in
that work.
space
NDA.
Can't give it away, guys.
He signed an NDA. He can't tell any of us.
Stay tuned.
Oh my goodness.
Stay tuned and watch. We'll talk about it next week. Right?
Yeah, the new Pike series too as well. So stay tuned.
Yeah, they got Jake back in the Pike series. They brought him back in time just to
Just interview. It's great.
just to do an interview with Pike.
Bananas. I can't say anything, guys. I can't give it all away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
I think it's going to be a Worf and Geordi, just because they were on set a lot of times when they were recording, and you see them all sitting, and
That's
Michael
true.
Dorn and LeVar Burton were there a majority of the time. So I'm thinking maybe Geordi and Worf.
Next season.
Thank you for that, Beverly. Thank you.
Next season, Beverly.
All right. So we got to run. We do really
Sure.
appreciate you guys joining.
Everybody stay safe, man, and we pray for everybody's health and safety
Absolutely.
as we go through these together
Yeah.
for your families and friends as well.
Stay home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Been
Thank you
home
for
all
having
week
me.
with my kids.
Hope your kids get home soon there, you bet.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And best of luck to you, Justin, with your move. I know it's
With you,
tough.
and your mom.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good luck,
thank you.
everybody.
Appreciate it.
Prayers
Yeah.
for
All right.
everybody.
Thank
I'll
you to
keep in
Justin,
touch.
John, Bill, Yvette, Homer, Chelsea, Newbie Rosie, Ensign Ricky, Melissa, of course, for joining in. Sirach, as always, for the superstar up in the sky, Aaron Eisenberg, for Russ Hasledge. I'm Ryan T. Husk. Always remember the 7th rule.